It's time for another edition of Thanks But No Thanks, where we say thanks but no thanks to a trend or story bubbling up in the news. Today we're talking about chocolate, specifically the little bite-sized chocolate candy everyone loves, M&Ms. M&Ms taste great, but they also have cute little characters from the ads. Remember them? Well, it's 2022, and everyone has lost their minds. So these cute little guys and gals are getting a woke makeover. Yes, these M&Ms you see are not empowered enough. And candy maker Mars Wrigley announced this week that they would be updated for our, quote, more dynamic, progressive world. What does that mean? Well, here's what's different now. First, that little orange guy at the end. Well, he looked nervous before, but now he's going to really, quote, embrace his true self, worries and all, end quote. Yes, this guy who probably wears 3 masks when going to the grocery store is one of the most relatable characters with Gen Z, according to Mars Wrigley, because they are, quote, the most anxious generation. Well, you may be right about that. Then there's that red M&M who's always in a bad mood. Well, he was too much of a bully before, it turns out, so now he's going to be less mean to everyone. But where the real changes come in, this is where the rubber meets the road, is with those lady M&Ms, brown and green. Did you know they were female? They are. There's brown M&M, whose high heels were apparently just a little too high before and have now been reduced to a more sensible height. Oh my God. Then there's green, the sexy M&M. I did not know any of this about the M&Ms. The sexy M&M is the green. Remember her? Check this out from an ad in 2009.
Introducing mint chocolate M&M's Premiums. Premium chocolate infused with the cool intensity of mint. Oh, the chocolate experience you've been waiting for. I'd say that's a wrap. I'll be in my trailer. New M&M's Premiums.
M&M. That's the real woman. That's a real woman, M&M. Hello, Mars Wrigley. No, they don't agree. Gone are the green M&Ms, little boots, and sex appeal, replaced with, quote, cool, laid-back sneakers to reflect her effortless confidence as a strong female and known for much more than her boots. You've got to be fucking kidding me. What? I'm sorry. You've got to be joking. Who comes up with this stuff? What is not cool or strong or female about high heels? Who is running this company? Okay, I'm not done, though. Not only that, green and brown M&M had a bad relationship before. That's changing, too. Now they will be nice to each other and, quote, throwing shine and not shade, all in an effort to, quote, reflect confidence and empowerment. I can't. We're talking about little chocolate characters, people. How much time do these candy marketing executives have on their hands? Get to work. My God, do your jobs. Do they get paid bonuses based on how many stupid woke decisions they make in a day? To the ridiculous effort that went into modernizing these little chocolate characters so they can be more progressive, I say thanks, but no thanks. It's time for another edition of a feature on our show called You Can't Say That, or Do That, or Think That. Oh, wait, this is America. And today we're going to talk about the W word. You know the word. Wait, am I allowed to say it? Okay, cover your ears if you're offended by strong language. Ready? Woke. Yes, you see, the left has set its sights on a new target in the word policing arena. It's not that woke is under fire for being a set of beliefs that are worthy of attacking. No, now the word itself is apparently problematic. Remember Emily Jasinski was telling us about this? This really started, as most things do, on Twitter. Most bad things, that is. After Virginia's results last Tuesday, Democrat James Carville went off on the progressive left for contributing to the massive losses in the state. You'd think they'd listen to him. He knows a thing or two about how to win. And he pointed to the problem of wokeness. It was the basis for a question CNN asked Democratic Senator Mark Warner over the weekend. Watch Carville and then the question after.
I want you to listen to what Democratic strategist James Carville had to say about what he thinks went wrong for Democrats.
What's going wrong with this stupid wokeness? I mean, just defund the police, lunacy to take Abraham Lincoln's name off of schools. I mean, that people see that. And it's just really have a suppressive effect all across the country. The Democrats, some of these people need to go to a woke detox center or something.
Are Democrats too woke, Senator?
Are they too woke? Well, Barack Obama has called out the Democratic Party for this. James Carville has called out the Democratic Party for this. They know something about how to win an election, but some don't care. Like Representative AOC. She didn't like Carville using the term woke in his critique, and she tweeted that using terms like woke to insult voters under 45 is denigrating. Is there anything that is not denigrating to her? But others saw something different with the use of the term woke by Carville and CNN. Adam Serwer, staff writer at The Atlantic, shared the video on Twitter Sunday night and implied the use of the term woke was actually something deeper, perhaps more diabolical. Part of the utility of this kind of use of woke is that it expresses sentiments the people using it would be uncomfortable articulating directly, he tweeted. Oh, you see what he's getting at there? See what he's implying? Well, if you don't, Joel Anderson of Slate put a much finer point on it. Quote, if you're not black and started using woke pejoratively sometime post 2018 or so, or worse, don't know anything about the earlier iteration of the term, I think it's fair to consider it a racial slur, he tweeted. A racial slur. But he goes on, and it doesn't mean I'm going to do anything to you or that anyone else will, but it doesn't mean I won't either. Oh, really? Really, Joel? We're quaking in our boots. What does that mean? He answered someone in the replies, sometimes violence or threatening it is the answer, I gotta say. Screw you, Joel. So if you're saying woke, you not only might be a racist, but you might need to be dealt with through violence or at the very least threats of violence because you can't say that. Oh, wait, this is America. It's time for another edition of Thanks But No Thanks, where we say thanks but no thanks to a story bubbling up in the news. Look, I've said it before. I don't totally get Bitcoin and crypto. Eric Bolling was here a while ago and he tried to explain it to me. Adam Curry did too. David Sachs recently. I don't know. Still don't know. But I did see a story about Bitcoin this week that made me a little more interested than I was before. Last week in New York City, 2 married entrepreneurs were arrested and charged with laundering more than 119,000 Bitcoin after a heist of Bitcoin back in 2016. Somebody stole Bitcoin, and then these 2 were accused of laundering Bitcoin, or at least 119,000 Bitcoin. At the time, their loot was worth about 71 million. Today, those Bitcoins are valued at more than $4.5 billion. Who are these master criminals? Ilya Lichtenstein is 34 years old and appears to be your typical tech bro.
Find 10 different slices that are all very, very closely related, that you can have one sales rep that knows really, really well how to sell to a particular kind of company and just dominate all of those.
Okay, well, he's sort of boring. But then there's his wife. 31-year-old Heather Morgan, also arrested in this billion-dollar Bitcoin heist. She is a prolific blogger over on the Forbes Contributor Network, among other publications, writing columns like Why Women Often Beat Men at Negotiation and How to Become a Successful YouTuber. That last column is important because Morgan is a bit of a YouTuber herself. She loves the camera. Over on her YouTube channel, which has sadly been taken down, she goes by the name Razzlecon and performs raps that have a bit of a financial theme to them. Take a listen to this one called Versace Bedouin. Warning, explicit and very bizarre lyrics coming.
This song is for the entrepreneurs and hackers, all the misfits and smart slackers.
What?
Razzlecon, the Versace Bedouin. Come real far, but don't know where I'm headed. Motherfucking crocodile of Wall Street. Silver on my fingers and boots on my feet. Always be a goat, not a goddamn sheep. Email me, fuck your message at the beep. Beep, 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 beep.
What? I'm sorry, what? What happens at the beep? What? This is real. Should we hear a little more from this Bitcoin thief rapper? Alleged. Here it is.
I'm many things. A rapper, an economist, a journalist, a writer, a CEO, and a dirty hoe. Better than most writers, Creepier than most girls. Weirder than most rappers, but I still rock pearls.
I'm sure Forbes was thrilled. A little speechless. But I do think I understand Bitcoin more than I understand Razzlecon. Will Razzlecon return to rapping? She's posted bail. She was released from prison this week while her husband, Single Tear, is still being held on $5 million bail. They each face as much as 20 years in prison, and the Department of Justice has now recovered the stolen Bitcoin. Yay! I'm not giving up on Bitcoin just yet. Someday, someone will explain it to me in a way that I understand. But as for those rapping billion-dollar Bitcoin burglars, I'm saying thanks, but no thanks. We bring you a feature we have here on the MK Show called Sound Up. This is where we bring you some sound and now video over on YouTube that we feel you must see or hear. Microsoft has been around for a while, as you know, but as the tech world has gotten increasingly woke, it has evolved as a company. This week, a video surfaced on Twitter that included an introduction to an internal event on security featuring two Microsoft employee hosts. Watch.
Hello, everyone. I'm Natalie Gadilla. I'm a Caucasian woman with long blonde hair, and I go by she, her. I'm a product marketing lead here at Microsoft and co-host of the podcast Security Unlocked with this guy.
Yes, that would be me. Hello, everyone. I'm Nick Fillingham. I'm a Caucasian man with glasses and a beard. I go by he, him, and I'm a security evangelist here at Microsoft.
OMG. So name, pronouns, of course, and then skin color? Hair color? Why? Apparently, this part of the introduction was done for employees and viewers who are visually impaired. You got to get everybody now. Every introduction. Okay, long blonde hair, glasses and a beard. Sure, okay. Why do the blind people listening need to know that you're white exactly? How is this progress? This video, however, was nothing compared to the way two more Microsoft hosts kicked off the company's Ignite 2021 stream this week. But this one went way beyond just describing the host's skin color. Listen.
Hello and welcome to Microsoft Ignite. We've got a big day ahead and lots in store for you. First, we want to acknowledge that the land where the Microsoft campus is situated was traditionally occupied by the Sammamish, the Duwamish, the Snoqualmie, the Suquamish, the Muckleshoot, the Snohomish, the Tulalip, and other Coast Salish peoples since time immemorial. A people that are still here, continuing to honor and bring to light their ancient heritage. My name is Allison Wines. I'm a senior program manager in our developer tools division. I'm an Asian and white female with dark brown hair wearing a red sleeveless top.
And I'm Seth Juarez, program manager in the AI platform group. I'm a tall Hispanic male wearing a blue shirt, khaki pants.
It's amazing. Wait a minute. Where are your pronouns, Allison and Seth? You bigots. Honestly, can you believe these people are running companies? Apparently, Microsoft, while raking in its billions, did not feel compelled to, move the campus away from the land occupied by all those Native American tribes there for time immemorial, or pay any sort of restitution over their crimes. No, just a little mention by Allison. That'll do it. And then on to the race-focused intros, and then tech lingo, and we're off to Ignite. And we feel so much better about ourselves as good people. And this has been the latest edition of Sound Up. It's time for another edition of a feature we have here on the Megyn Kelly Show called You Can't Say That, or Think That, or Do That. Oh, wait, this is America. I feel like John McWhorter, he would have liked this. Hopefully he's still listening. Today we are taking you deep into the world of birds. Yes, if the wokesters can affect the world of knitting, they can absolutely affect the world of birds. And here we talk about the racist bird names, which are now causing all sorts of drama amongst scientists and others in the ornithological space. According to a recent article in Science News, racist legacies lurk in the world of animal names. 142 North American bird names endure as verbal monuments to people who are deemed problematic, according to Jamie Chambers. 142, I say. For example, there is the beautiful yellow and black Scots Oriole, found in California. Look at it. Yeah, you can tell it's going to be problematic. Scott's Oriole, found in California, which was named after Winfield Scott. He killed Native Americans along the Trail of Tears. How'd he get a bird? Scott's Oriole, you got to go in 2021. Thankfully, there are bird lovers with a whole lot of time on their hands, including a grassroots campaign called Bird Names for Birds, which has made it a mission to replace all eponymous bird names with descriptive ones. I don't really know what they mean. What does that mean? But then there's a group opposing that effort, and that's the American Ornithological Society, which initially rejected a recent effort to rename the bird known as McCowan's longspur, named after a Confederate general. They don't think you need to rename the Confederate bird. But then after pushback, the society changed its mind, saying, well, we're going to undergo a new name-changing process because, as the president there says, we are committed to changing these harmful and exclusionary bird names. God. And remember, it's not just birds. No, it's not. For example, the Gypsy Moth has been deemed problematic because gypsy is considered by some to be a slur for the Romani people. So the next time you call a moth a gypsy or an oriole a Scot, you just remember you're a racist. And you can't say that or think that or do that. Oh, wait. This is America. Time for another edition of our feature here on the MK Show called You Can't Say That or Think That or Do That. Oh, wait, this is America. We've been doing that feature on our podcast, and we haven't done it since we launched on SiriusXM and YouTube, but you'll love it. Today, we're talking about challenges, hardship, and the classroom. Here's the question of the day. Is it good for a student to encounter a class that is rigorous? Absolutely not, according to an article in the Chronicles of Higher Education, which makes the case for why it is, quote, time to cancel the word rigor. And why exactly is it time to do that? The authors claim the term rigor lays credit or blame on an individual, when often it is the academic system that creates the constructs, and it's the system we should be questioning when it erects barriers for students to surmount or makes them feel that they don't belong. Ah, yes, making your class a challenge for students to overcome is now about excluding those students who aren't up for said challenge. Yes, the authors write that rigor is an exclusionary concept that leads to preferential practices. And it's not just rigor they have a problem with. No, grit is also bad. It's a bad thing in today's snowflakes culture, with the authors linking to another article that makes the case for why grit is, quote, inherently anti-Black. So remember, if you are a teacher that's daring to put together a class that is not properly simple, so all students remain unchallenged at all times, and you introduce the concept of rigor or grit into your teachings, well, you can't say that. Today, we are taking a look into the world of climate change and the amplification of a certain book by The New Yorker that's raising some eyebrows. Andreas Malm's book is called How to Blow Up a Pipeline. Can you guess what it's about? You'll be shocked to learn it's about how and also why you should blow up a pipeline. The New Yorker was very intrigued by this eco-terrorism. Should the climate movement embrace sabotage? Asked the headline from the podcast interview with the New Yorker editor, David Remnick. Here's a little of that exchange. Listen.
The book became a product of the moment of 2019, but it's also a call for escalation, a call for the movement to diversify its tactics and move away from an exclusive focus on polite, gentle, and perfectly peaceful civil disobedience.
What actions are you recommending for the movement?
Well, I am recommending that the movement continues with mass action and civil disobedience, but also opens up for property destruction. So I am in favor of destroying machines, property, not harming people. That's a very important distinction there. And I think property can be destroyed in all manner of ways, or it can be neutralized in a very gentle fashion, as when we deflated the SUVs, or in a more spectacular fashion, as in potentially blowing up a pipeline that's under construction. That's something that people have done.
So you are recommending blowing up a pipeline?
Oh, would you look at that? The guy who wrote a book called How to Blow Up a Pipeline is in fact recommending blowing up a pipeline. The New Yorker editor seems surprised. How about instead of normalizing this climate terrorism, we talk about how absolutely insane this is? To the author who wants to blow up pipelines to help the climate, we say, thanks, but no thanks.